but crypto is going to play a big role. Digitization of currency, digitization of everything we're doing. I'm a big believer, and this is one thing that will change Bloomberg even. I believe we're going to be in the cutting edge of tokenizing bonds and stocks.
It's coming.
And we have the technology now. The fact that we are now moving forward in tokenization, every bond and stock, is crazy. Yeah. We should be moving towards that frontier. Obviously, there's winners and losers and all that, but we need to be prepared for the tokenization. And it would democratize more finance if we tokenized bonds and stocks. This technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the largest asset manager in the world, Mr. Larry Fink of BlackRock, talking about what he believes the future of markets has in store for us. And he believes that with distributed ledger technology, crypto, everything is going to be tokenized, and this is the future that he envisions. And it's not just him, it's basically anybody who has any idea about this technology and the markets. And today, I want to relate that to Algorand, a cryptocurrency project that gets nowhere near the respect that it deserves in regards to this future that we are hurtling towards. How many of you guys knew that Algorand is the #1 cryptocurrency project when it comes to tokenizing stocks, which is Larry Fink's vision himself? Probably not many of you. How many people know that Algorand is really the 3rd largest blockchain in regards to tokenization, period? And this is a cryptocurrency that doesn't get anywhere near the love that it deserves. And we're going to be looking at that. I'm going to be showing you where we get that data from in this video. And then we'll talk about Algorand's price action, because I believe it's got a great time ahead of it. I think the cryptocurrency market has this sensational time ahead of it. And I don't think, given what Algorand is doing, and this is one aspect we're looking at today of what Algorand is doing, that it's going to be left behind on that journey. How high can Algorand go? I truly have no idea. I think people throwing out numbers are really speculating, and certainly the only price prediction that we have right now is 99 cents. But I think that's a pit stop on what is a broader journey. So without further ado, let's dive into this. Before I do so, I just want to remind people of Larry Fink's 2025 annual chairman letter to investors. And here, once again, they highlight the nature of tokenization. You know, this truly is coming, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just go all the way down. This is the bit where they talk about Bitcoin and the instability or instability with the US dollar, perhaps. But it says tokenization is democratization. The world's money moves through plumbing. Built when trading floors still shouted orders at fax machines. Felt revolutionary. It talks about the SWIFT system, but it says every stock, every bond, every fund, every asset can be tokenized. If they are, it will revolutionize investing. Markets wouldn't need to close. Transactions that currently take days would clear in seconds, and billions of dollars currently immobilized by settlement delays could be reinvested immediately back into the economy, generating more growth. There's a massive growth unlock in regards to the cryptocurrency sector. One thing people don't pay enough attention to is the Nostro-Vostro accounts, and that's they're essentially needed to enable global trade broadly. And there's trillions of dollars, tens of trillions of dollars in those that gets unlocked with this innovation. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Algorand. And let's start things off by going to the real world asset sort of homepage. Right now, there is $22 billion of real world assets on chain. This is going to grow to the, I mean, just think about what he's saying in regards to every asset, every derivative, everything is going to be tokenized. That's not to mention things that aren't
deemed as financial assets but could be in the future. Like Algorand is doing a lot of things. I've spoken to this, the Algorand Foundation CEO, CTO, CMO. They're doing so many amazing things, like just trivial things or that could have massive ramifications, like tokenizing airline tickets. I mean, technically that's a real world asset, right? But they don't count that sort of stuff on here, more financial products. Right now, there is $22 billion on chain in regards to real world assets. There are also $231 billion in regards to stable coins, which is significantly larger. And stable coins are the future of money. And we can see the kind of assets that we have here. Private credit is a big one, US treasuries, then you've got commodities, and you've got institutional alternative funds. And of course, this is broadly led by Ethereum through grace of it being the oldest cryptocurrency project and one that's tried and tested. The ZK Sync era is very much the same thing as Ethereum. And then you have Stellar due to their Benji fund by by Franklin Templeton. They're leading the charge in regards to tokenized treasuries, the things that back up stable coins and need to be tokenized. And then you have in that number 4th position, but really it's the 3rd position if you exclude ZK Syncs, you have Algorand at $354 million. So for a project, so we know the direction the world's moving in, and for a project that is really 3rd in regards to the tokenization of real world assets, it doesn't get anywhere near the love it desires. Let's look at what that is actually made up of in just a second. But before we do that, in regards to tokenized stocks and everything is going to be tokenized, who's the number 1 network in regards to that? Well, it's Exodus Movement Incorporated, which is Exodus's stock. And the number 1 sort of network in regards to this is Algorand by a huge margin. It is leading the tokenization of stocks with one major use case. I mean, tell me that this isn't extremely significant. If you look at networks, Algorand is well and truly at the top. The next one is a fraction of where Algorand is, and that of course is the XRP ledger, which we're happy to see up there as well as we own XRP also. But Algorand is killing it in regards to tokenization. I don't believe many people actually know that in regards to tokenizing stocks, real world assets, Algorand is the leader right now. And I think we could see that continue. So we wanted to kind of make a video on that. This is the future, and Algorand's playing a key role. It's playing a front and center role in all of that. Let's talk about Algorand from a price point of view. I believe Algorand is going to do sensationally well, and I think it's got a broader uptrend ahead of it. I like to break the markets down into 4 phases. Phase 1 is your cumulative phase that also happens to have formed in the form of a double bottom. You've had that initial break on volume. You've had a pullback that is in a falling wedge fashion. I just released a course for my Patreons on falling wedges. If I can show you multiple examples of patterns like a falling wedge which meet a certain criteria that play out in a certain manner, that's an edge when it comes to the markets. Algorand's broken out of this in my opinion. It's coming back for a retest, having run into some resistance, and it's ready for that continuation, which is in line, the smaller daily time frame and this falling wedge is in line with more broadly where we think Algorand is going. And certainly we believe it's going to 99 cents based on the double bottom. And then I think you're going to start to attack all-time highs and look to move above and beyond them. And it's hard to not imagine that, certainly in the context of a flourishing cryptocurrency market, enabling what it's here to do. We're yet to experience a utility cycle for the cryptocurrency space. And that excites the hell out of me, because you're going to have all that speculation that typically drives cryptocurrency cycles, plus real-world usage and utility and demand. This is going to be the biggest bull run in history. And what we're doing in this video is highlighting that Algorand's going to be a part of it for the reasons that we've spoken about. And we've only really spoken about, a couple. There's many more. I mean, if you look at what this blockchain is doing, it could be a key player in the kind of tokenization of everything outlined by the likes of Larry Fink, the largest asset manager in the world. So that's really it from me, guys. I want to love and leave each and every one of you on that note. It's always a pleasure. We don't cover Algorand enough, but we are going to. I have been running a stake pool now, which we'll report on. I'll do a video on that at a later date. That's really it from me. I'm going to love and leave you all. Have a magnificent Wednesday, or a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.